As we know, there are three types of blood vessels, namely the arteries, the veins, and the blood capillaries. As you know, that weighs about 340 grams, and the color of the heart is dark red in color. Then between left auricle and left ventricle, there is I think we all know that there is a wall. So there are two pairs of pulmonary veins carrying oxygenated blood opens into left auricle, superior and inferior vena cava carry deoxygenated blood and open into the right auricle. Hello everyone, welcome back to session 7 of this chapter 18 of your syllabus called Body Fluids and Circulation. Myself, B. Shobharani from the Department of Biology, Vidyashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence. Hope you remember we were discussing about a very important concepts about blood circulation. So now let us study about as to what is human circulatory system. As we all know, this is a very important physiological process called blood circulation, which is very much required for the transportation of nutrients, and at the same time for the removal of the gaseous waste from the body is mainly carried out by this very important system called human circulatory system. William Harvey in 1628 has shown circulation of blood in man. So who was the first person to find out the blood circulatory system? It was William Harvey in 1628. And in human beings, I think all of you know that already we have studied in the previous classes, there are two types of circulatory system. One is called the open circulatory system and the second one is called the closed circulatory system. Here you can see the beautiful picture of the blood circulation or blood circulatory system. Blood circulatory system in human. Here you can see the red color one and the blue color one. What are they? They are nothing but called the blood vessels. This blue color one is called the vein and the red color one is called the artery. As we all know, arteries carry the purified blood and the veins carry the impure blood. Now, what are the two types of circulatory system? Open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. Open circulatory system means what? The heart pumps the blood, but there are no blood vessels to carry forward the blood. Therefore, the heart pumps the blood and the cells and the tissues are directly bathed into the blood. And whereas in closed circulatory system, heart pumps the blood and thereon it is carried by the blood vessels, namely the arteries and veins. Such a type of circulatory system is called closed circulatory system. And in human beings, blood circulation is closed type. When do we call it as closed type? When the blood flows within the blood vessels. As we know, there are three types of blood vessels, namely the arteries, the veins, and the blood capillaries. As you know, the arteries are further divided into minute blood vessels called blood capillaries. As we all know, arteries carry the blood away from the heart, veins carry the blood to the heart, and through the capillaries, the blood flows throughout the system. So, William Harvey in 1628 has shown circulation of blood in man, and in human beings, the type of blood circulation is called closed circulatory system. Why? Because the blood flows through the blood vessels, namely the arteries, veins, and the smaller blood vessels called capillaries. Arteries carry the blood away from the heart. The purified blood is carried from the arteries and is distributed to the different parts of the body, whereas the impure blood is carried by the veins to the heart for purification, right? And as we know, the minute blood capillaries, that is throughout the blood capillaries is throughout the body, the blood capillaries supply blood to all the parts of the body. So here you can see how the whole circulatory system is, human circulatory system is. Now, heart. Now let us see the beautiful picture of human heart. Here you can see the beautiful picture of human heart. Where actually heart is situated? Heart is situated towards the left side of the chest cavity, protected behind the rib cage. So usually when we say heart is located towards the left side, the major portion of the heart is towards the right side, and the conical part, here you can see this conical part is towards the left side. So usually we say heart is situated towards the left side of the chest cavity, protected behind by the rib cage. And the size of the heart is about the left hand fist. The left hand fist that weighs about 340 grams, and the color of the heart is dark red. Usually you might have come across what will be the usual size of the heart. It is the size of the left hand fist. So each one, like if we say each one, it is the size of the fist of the left hand. And as we know, it weighs around 340 grams around, and a little bit more in case of males. And the color of the heart is dark red in color. Here you can see how beautiful the heart is. So heart is situated towards the left side of chest cavity, protected behind the rib cage. The size of the heart is about closed left hand fist that weighs about 340 grams, and the color of the heart is dark red in color. Now, let us understand the vertical section of human heart. Here you can see the vertical section of human heart. Vertical section of human heart. All of us know that heart is surrounded by a tough connective membrane called pericardium. It is covered, that is, it is surrounded by a tough connective membrane called pericardium, which protects the heart from shocks. I think all of a sudden we come across a very good news or a sad news, then due to that shock, the heart may be affected. So that particularly this pericardium, which is the very word itself will tell you, peri means outside, cardium means heart. Heart is surrounded by a tough connective membrane called pericardium. Heart wall consists of 3 layers, such as an outer pericardium, middle myocardium, and inner endocardium. So there are 3 very important heart layers. We can call it as heart or layers of the heart, namely outer pericardium, middle myocardium, and inner endocardium. And all of us know, like for example, like from the lower organisms to higher organisms, like up to the class Reptilia, the animals have 3-chambered heart. Either they may be 2-chambered heart or 3-chambered heart, except for crocodile, which is having 4-chambered heart. Thereon from the birds or apes, the 4-chambered heart will start. So here, human heart consists of 4 chambers, namely with 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. So upper 2 auricles. So right atrium, left atrium, and 2 ventricles, that is right ventricle and left ventricle. So human heart consists of 4 chambers, upper 2 auricles and lower 2 ventricles. Left and right auricles are separated by an interauricular septum. I think all of us know that the right side of the heart is separated from the left side of the heart by a partition or by a partition called interauricular septum. And this separates the left side of the heart from the right. I think we all know that the right side of the heart is involved in carrying the deoxygenated blood or impure blood to the lungs for purification, whereas the left side of the heart is involved in supplying the purified blood from the lungs to the different parts of the body through aorta and blood vessels, and that is the blood capillaries. So always the right side of the heart the blood from the right side does not mix with the left side. If at all, if it is there, there might be some defect in you might have come across a defect called hole in the heart. So then there will be mixing of blood. But here, the interauricular septum or the partition separates the right side of the heart from the left side of the heart. Then the left and right ventriculars are separated by interventricular septum. So the auricles, left auricle and right auricle are separated by interauricular septum, and the right ventricle and the left ventricle are separated by interventricular septum. So thereby completely, as we all know, human blood circulation is double circulation, where 2 processes take place simultaneously. That is the deoxygenated blood for purification to the lungs and the purified blood from the lungs back to the heart. From there on, it is supplied to the different parts of the body simultaneously. That a process of double circulation takes place, and there is no mixing of blood between the right side and the left side, as right side is always involved in carrying the deoxygenated blood or impure blood, whereas the left side of the heart is always involved in carrying the oxygenated or purified blood to the different parts of the body. Then between left auricle and left ventricle, there is a, I think we all know that there is a wall called bicuspid wall, and which is also called mitral wall. And between right auricles and right ventricles, there is tricuspid wall. Here you can see the mitral wall, which is also called as bicuspid wall. Here you can see the tricuspid wall. So here you can see the mitral wall or bicuspid wall. Here you can see the tricuspid wall. And we all know that the aorta is the main supplier of blood. Here you can see superior vena cava, then pulmonary wall, then aortic wall, then the pulmonary vein and the pulmonary artery. So between left auricle and left ventricle, there is a bicuspid wall, and between the right auricle and the right ventricle, there is the tricuspid wall. So these walls regulate the flow of blood from the auricles to ventricles. So they play a very great, always the flow of blood should be unidirectional. Always the blood has to flow from the auricles to the ventricles, and it should not, the blood should not backflow. If at all there is a backflow of blood from the ventricles to auricles, then it means there is some defect in the heart, which is called as regurgitation. Regurgitation. Regurgitation means backflow. So the blood has to flow from the auricles to ventricles only. There should not go backflow. The backflow of blood should not be there. So when we study about the vertical section of human heart is surrounded by a tough connective membrane called pericardium. As we know, the heart wall consists of 3 layers, namely outer pericardium, middle endocardium and inner middle myocardium and inner endocardium. And human heart consists of 4 chambers with 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. And left and right auricles are separated by interauricular septum. That is, the right auricle and the left auricle are separated by interauricular septum, and whereas the right ventricle and the left ventricle are separated by interventricular septum. So there is the separation of the right side of the heart from the left side by this interauricular auriculoventricular septum. And between the left auricle and the left ventricle, there is a wall which is called the bicuspid wall or mitral wall. And between the right ventricle and left ventricle, there is one wall. Right ventricle, there is a wall called tricuspid wall. Then aorta, here you can see aorta, which is the largest artery arising from left ventricle, distribute blood to different parts of the body. So here the main supplier of blood to our body is aorta, which arises from the left ventricle. So as we all know that the superior vena cava from the upper parts of the body and inferior vena cava from the lower parts of the body collect impure blood and pour it into right auricle. From the right auricle, it goes to the right ventricle. From the right ventricle through pulmonary artery, the deoxygenated blood or impure blood goes back to the lungs for purification. And after purification, the pure blood is carried by the pulmonary veins, 4 pulmonary veins, 2 arising from the right lung and 2 from the left lung, empty the blood into the left auricle. From the left auricle, through the bicuspid wall, it goes to the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, the blood flows through aorta, which is the main supplier. From aorta, through blood vessels, through arteries and blood vessels, it is supplied to the different parts of the body. So aorta is the largest artery arising from the left ventricle, which carry oxygenated blood. What do you mean by oxygenated blood? Having more of oxygen. Pure blood means having more of oxygen. Impure blood means having more of carbon dioxide. So different parts of the opening of pulmonary artery is guarded by pulmonary semilunar wall. Semilunar wall. So there is one called semilunar wall. Here you can see this is the semilunar wall. Actually here the pulmonary artery is closed by a wall called pulmonary. It is called semilunar wall. Half moon shape it is, hence it is called semilunar wall. So pulmonary artery arising from right ventricle, which carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation. Opening of pulmonary artery is guarded by pulmonary semilunar wall. So aorta is the largest artery arising from the left ventricles, which carry oxygenated blood to distribute to different parts of the body. The opening of pulmonary artery is guarded by pulmonary semilunar wall. pulmonary artery arising from right ventricle which carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs for oxygenation. Opening of pulmonary artery is guarded by pulmonary semilunar wall. So there are two pairs of pulmonary veins carrying oxygenated blood open into left auricle. So here you can see from the left atrium, here you can see the pulmonary veins from the lungs. Pour it into the left auricle. So superior and inferior vena cava, as I said, superior and inferior vena cava carry the deoxygenated blood from the upper parts of the body and lower parts of the body and pour it into the right auricle. Superior vena cava is the largest vein of the body. So there are two pairs of pulmonary veins carrying oxygenated blood opens into left auricle. Superior and inferior vena cava carry deoxygenated blood and open into the right auricle. Superior vena cava is the largest vein of our body. Hope you have understood the concepts what I have explained in this particular session of a very interesting concept called body fluids and circulation, and particularly we have studied about human circulatory system, how blood flows, and we also studied about the vertical section of human heart. So I'll be back in the coming session with some more interesting concepts of this interesting chapter called body fluids and circulation. Till then, goodbye and thank you.